United Nations human rights experts just finished a review of the 3.5 million documents that the Department of Justice released because of Thomas Massie and my Epstein Transparency Act. What they found is genuinely revolting. They found instances of sexual slavery, of forced disappearances, of torture. They concluded that it could be, quote, crimes against humanity. And they said that the Department of Justice did not comply with the law and had excessive redactions. That is why today I'm calling for three things. First, the Department of Justice must set up a special prosecution committee to go after those in the Epstein files that are accountable. Second, the Speaker must set up a select committee to have Epstein hearings where every person who went to that island is called in towards Congress and testifies. And finally, we must have a full release of the Epstein files, not protecting the predators, but protecting survivors.
What is all this?
Did you see that article? Every year, these liberal elites kidnap a bunch of normal folks like us and hunt us for sport.
What kind of sick people would even think of something like that? White people. We're even worse.
What's up out there, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope all is well with you guys out there on this beautiful cold Monday. I'm doing well myself, and I hope you had a very nice, relaxing weekend. I come across this situation right here, and I'm sure a lot of you may already be familiar with the so-called Epstein files, okay? I mean, it's taken this whole entire planet by storm. We're hearing so much of the heinous crimes that is allegedly committed by this man, and also by the redacted names that's included in it, okay? But the thing is this, see, you can't tell me that, okay, we got the Trump administration, we know that is connected, that, for example, the Hunter, well, Biden, that is, Biden administration, the Obama administration, and all the rest of them wasn't aware and wasn't participating in this particular stuff that is alleged to have happened on Epstein Island and in these files. Why? Because all of them are so-called elites. That's what they call themselves. You see what I mean? They know what goes down, when it goes down, and how it goes down. And they are involved in it, okay? So wouldn't that make them complicit when they know what's going on in these so-called crimes against humanity that Jeffrey Epstein is supposed to have committed? Okay, it ain't just him. All right, it's not just him, and that's just what it is, you know. Now, here's another part of those heinous Epstein files. And we got where Epstein is allegedly said to have been hunting so-called black people, okay, under code names. All right, you see. Now, here's the deal. We got back in sometimes year 2000, somewhere around there, mid 90s, late 90s, where you had Surviving the Game with Rucker Hauer and Ice-T, you know, and also, what was the name? Rock Emerson, I think it is. Him, was it Rock Emerson? No, Charles S. Dutton, him, he played in it. I'm thinking about his show called Rock, The Rock. Charles S. Dutton. And then we had this movie called The Hunt that came out, I think it was in 2018, if I'm not mistaken, okay? As we know, these people, they like to give clues to what's actually happening and what's going on behind the scenes through movies, okay? And that's just what it is. So look at the irony in hearing about this situation with the Epstein files, about them basically hunting black people under code names like moon crickets. And I heard that's just another racial slur of some sort to describe so-called black people. But what I want us to do is get into this. It's very, very short. And then we're going to read an article, you know, basically talking about this. You know, it says here, Epstein emails expose disturbing parties for hunting black people, okay? And you can see him right here in this made up. This is made up right here. Um, Picture of him drawn down with his MR16, MR15, or whatever it is, you know. Now, these names are actually redacted right here. And I don't think that's fair because they are included just the same. Okay. And it reads here from redacted, sent Thursday, December 19, 2020, well, 2013, about 2:25 a.m. That's in the morning, okay, to Jeffrey Epstein. And it says here, going to mean Lana's party, now to hunt, okay, 2 some in the morning, all right. Let's see if I can find this thing. See, it's hard to see. Let me get it over there. Hang on a second. Okay, next page here says snipe hunt is over. Moon crickets in field bag. All right, dated on a Saturday, the 1st of January. All right, about 5 o'clock. You know, somewhere around there. I guess that's a.m. Okay, so this party, this little hunting party, whoever these little moon crickets that they went out to hunt, lasted probably about 2.5 hours or something like that. You know, and hey, it makes you wonder, what the hell were they hunting? All right, and it goes on to say down here at the bottom, guess what? They're inwards. That's what it says at the bottom right here. Okay, it's in the fine print. It's very, very, like kind of blurry, like. But yeah, they kind of try to redact that right there. It says, guess what? They're inwards, right? And the last page here, redacted from redacted. That's what it says, to Jeffrey E. Subject of response, I guess, on a Monday, on the 24th of October, 2016. Okay, and thanks, thrilling hunt. What's that? Adrian D. Rothschild, and we know how they get down. Okay, you see, we know how they get down, right? And it says great photo. That happened on Monday, October 24th, again at 5:03 p.m. All right, amazing old male and amazing hunt. My bankers should be careful. Don't know what my bankers should be careful means, but nevertheless, that was the end of these emails right here. Now, of course, the police itself, who's investigating this, basically is saying there's no validity to this, but they're still investigating. Okay. Now, I do believe that there was some sort of hunting going on, and I do think that it was so-called black people under these racial slurs, of course, N-word, and moon crickets. Okay, say they was when the hunt was done, they were in field bags. Okay, now I looked it up, and it says that these are the results for Epstein files reveal hunting of blacks. Well, blacks. No, it says recently surfaced emails and documents related to Jeffrey Epstein, released in early 2026, contain disturbing, unverified references to hunt and the use of racial slurs to describe potential targets. While these documents are currently under analysis, they have generated significant widespread outrage and prompted investigators to examine whether they indicate, as some suggest, elite role play or themed disturbing activities targeting black people. Evidence in files. One email in the newly released files dated January 1st, year unspecified, that is, contains the phrase, "The snipe hunt is over. Moon crickets in field bag," and proceeds to use a racial slur against black people. So naturally, it was email the assholes were going back and forth with, and they're saying it's over with, and that's who they was hunting. Okay? Now it says here, hunt discussion. Another separate email dated December 11th, 2002 discusses a treasure hunt for girls on the island. Context investigation. Some interpretations of this material suggest a horrific, speculative, and, as of now, unverified scenario of elite role play or themed gatherings in which black people are released into an arena maze to be hunted, according to reports. Rationalized ideology. Reports indicate a deeper, previously underexamined, rationalized, or eugenicist ideology behind Epstein's network, which some survivors and investigators suggest influenced his activities. Authorities' response. Authorities have not yet confirmed the interpretations of the exact nature of these hunts mentioned in the according to reports. The investigation is ongoing and the files are still being scrutinized to determine the full extent of these disturbing and potentially criminal activities. Okay? Well, y'all know what it is. I think, these ain't people right here. These subhumans right here were actually doing evil things like this to not only our people, but other people as well. That's what these movies were inspired behind. Okay? This is what these movies were inspired from. And they put it right in our faces. You see what I'm saying? As entertainment. And they got off doing it. And like I said, all these little redacted names, for all we know, the redacted name up there that's blocked out could be Barack Obama, for all we know. Could be anybody. Could be Biden. Could be him. Could be anyone. We don't know. You see? And I said them because they was aware of these things right there. So they're just as much guilty. Could be some entertainer. We don't know. You see what I'm saying? But one thing we do know, and I do believe that this actually took place. It's just, as far as I'm concerned, hey, look, those files are evidence proving that this man and the rest of them, all of them, the so-called elites that were involved in this, is guilty. They made movies about it, and we watched them. Okay? And your commander and thief and failure, Lord and failure, holding the AK up here, he was right down rolling with him. I bet, in my own opinion, he was rolling with him. As a matter of fact, ever since they've been getting at Trump about these Epstein files, now we looking at wars, with possible war with Iran. Let's just say that. Then on top of that, he's fin to release some more information or evidence about alien connections and stuff like that. We back to the alien thing, which I don't think went away in the first place, with 3-Eye Atlas. I think they here and then got settled. It ain't gonna be long before they introduce themselves. I do believe that. But nevertheless, Trump is talking about releasing important data about aliens or what have you. I think that's basically a distraction to get people's minds off of these Epstein files. I mean, just think about it. This dude got 35, I'm talking about Trump, 35 some felonies. And he's the president. Okay? So you gonna tell me he wasn't getting down with whatever was going on in this Epstein thing? Come on. You know better than that. Common sense tells me that. That's just what it is. But what say you people? Let me know if you can in the comment section what you think about this particular thing right here. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on it. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. People, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched. Simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.